We got Min Min. Has it been a while since we had Min Min last? It's all over the place here with the skips, with the SCPs that they write. So it's always a little bit tough to tell. So 27. Yeah, 2747 is last. So it's almost 100, but not completely 100 yet. Ah, yeah. It's that SCP that like how come this has a view? It's that one SCP that like has erased there are reviews of anything, you know, like a movie or a book or anything like that. There are reviews of it available in the Earth, but the actual object itself does not exist because the SCP itself erased the object, but it left the reviews alive, basically. It was described as an anti-narrative, where like the world has shown there is proof that it has existed, but the actual thing does not exist anymore. So, which is, I think, a very... When I read it first time, I didn't fully understand it, but when I did some more research into it while making the thumbnail, I was like, this is really cool. I do like that. So that's the last one we have from Min Min. The next one from Min Min is called Stellar Reincarnation Column. Let me just, I just need to get this ready here. Stellar Incarnation Column. Ooh, what a beautiful picture. That's nice. That is very nice. And short. Thank you, Min Min. We appreciate it. You have to understand, Min Min, if you see this video, we've been reading SCPs for almost 4 hours. We're about to reach the 4-hour mark, so that's why. Safe. Site 292 has been established, but like it's really interesting. Like if like if the first half are all short SCPs, I don't mind if the later half are longer. But if the first half are long SCPs, then of course we always kind of prefer the last half to be shorter. You know. At the end, yeah. Like mathematically, it's already all calculated in my head. I was like, okay, we took around 4 hours to read the first 8, and there's a certain amount of Steph, hey, welcome. You are at the second last SCP. Object class safe. Site 292 has been established below SCP-2838 under the guise of a privately run observatory. Trespassers are to be dealt with according to the standard Foundation protocols, visual concealment protocols 574-A, curtain call, 574-C, Cloud Mountain, are currently in place to obscure SCP-2838 from public view. Any aircraft attempting to pass through SCP-2838 are to be intercepted and redirected to a different flight path. I'll give you a rundown of which SCPs you missed, unless... I'm giving my pup a bath, but I need some background noise. Gotcha. SCP-2838 is a region of space located 820 meters above ground level near the Trans-Alai mountain range in the Jorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region of Tajikistan. SCP-2838 has a base area of approximately 500 meters squared, and extends vertically to a height of 12 kilometers. When viewed from below at night, SCP-2838 resembles a patch of sky with an unusually large number of stars. Yeah, beautiful picture too. Oh, God, nice. SCP-2838 currently contains such luminescent objects of which are visible to the naked eye. Aerial exploration of SCP-2838 reveals that each luminescent object, hereby designated -1, is a mass of plasma roughly the size and shape of a human being suspended inside SCP-2838 via unknown means. While the average instance is the size of an adult human, instances as small as 51 centimeters in length have been found. The actual instances have an average surface temperature of 5,000 Kelvin. Ooh, that's fucking... an average brightness of 3,000 lumens. Spectroscopy reveals that each instance... Do I still have some water left in this? A little bit. Mostly composed of hydrogen and helium with trace amounts of carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen. Retrieval of the actual instances has proven impossible thus far. last bit of water in this bottle. Any human corpse under SCP-2838 will dematerialize if left unobserved for more than 24 hours. A new -1 instance will then appear within SCP-2838, usually instantaneously. Gotcha. So anybody who dies underneath that starry night suddenly gets transported up in the sky and becomes one of those little stars. You know, it'd be funny if you actually like zoom it in enough and find out all these stars are actually human beings. That would be incredibly hard work, but well, now that I said that, I have to do that as a thumbnail. God damn it. SCP-2838 was formerly designated AO-17508 in Foundation records, only entering containment when its effects were first observed in the aftermath of Redacted. Near the beginning of the Tajikistan Civil War, Bronze Age artifacts were unearthed beneath SCP-2838 during the construction of Site-292, indicating that the ground below SCP-2838 has been used as a prehistoric burial site. Analysis of artifacts suggests that only individuals of high societal rank and religious importance were buried underneath SCP-2838, presumably in order to transform them into -1 instances as a form of veneration after death. Addendum: recent consolidation and analysis of magnetometer readings around -1 instances reveals that the electrical fields generated by plasma convection in the heads of -1 resemble patterns of human brain activity. Specifically, regions of -1's head corresponding to the regions of the brain responsible for thermal reception appear to be highly stimulated. Further research is pending. That's nice, though. That's I mean, at the end, like, yeah, having a bunch of human corpses as your stars, not even that high up, to be honest. It's like it's less than a kilometer up of the ground, and they all are 5,000 Kelvin hot. Into Celsius, which is 4,726 Celsius. I mean, honestly, I'm surprised that that whole place hasn't melted to the ground. Multiple people, unless it's a heat that's contained within the body. Does it actually say that? That, for instance, have an average surface temperature of 5,000. So it's probably just like on the body itself, it's like 5,000 Kelvin. Because if they emitted 5,000 Kelvin of heat, the whole Earth will be boiling. Especially if there's like hundreds of these guys up there. Alright, let me tell as best as I can again how each SCP that we had for Steph. So we had SCP, the very first one, called The Knowledge, which are a bunch of British taxis that will basically teleport to a shadow dimension similar to equivalent to the city of London, that allows people of high society to travel around. That's the best way I can describe that. The Forest Men of are a bunch of branch people. Like, they're made out of, they're literally wood people, and if they touch you, you become a tree. You just transform into a tree, and also if they see you, they will come for you. They want to touch you. Then Hubris is the SCP Foundation I believe they wanted to create a containment device, which sadly backfired a little bit and created a. Oh no, I don't think it was a containment device. I think they did want to, like, you know, gain information from other realities, other dimensions. But now they accidentally create a space where a rift occasionally opens up and anything can come out of it. It could be something from a potential future. It could be something from a different reality. It could be something from a different dimension, from the past, so on and so forth. That can happen. That's called Hubris. Then we have Lineage of Vasky. That's pretty gross. It's bunch of host people that spit out flies, and the fly will then they either spit it out of the orifice or out of a wound, and go into your orifice or in your wounds, and then if you're male, it will gain control over you, and if you're female, it makes you pregnant. And the baby will eat you because you die when the baby is born. Then the blood of McCain is a robotic, man who was trying to fight for the Church of the Broken God, but sadly got killed by a jackal-headed man, and his blood seems to be poisonous. It seems to be spreading. Constructive Criticism is an actual cartoon that's called Pappy the Pelican, and the cartoon itself in real life is not that great. It has like 6 episodes. Animation is very, very cheap, very, very poor. It's made in the 1950s, and if you think about like Looney Tunes has existed in the 1940s, and they have like a lot smoother animation and all that stuff. And in this case, the SCP itself also follows that rule that the show itself is not that great, but Pappy the Pelican is super paranoid about if his show is good or not, and if you say anything negative, he curses you out and says and he knows all your information, and yeah, he just goes ham with it. Then we have the Air Swimmer, a guy who through a unfortunate circumstances lost his family in the ocean by the ship, but he learned how to be able to swim in the air, and when he goes in water he just falls down. It's basically the opposite for him. Everything like in the air he can swim and breathe, and talk, but when he talks it's like all like gurgled, and when he's in water he falls, and then he can potentially like drown. And then we have Ancient Physics, which were multiple different like shapes with that that enhance different types of 4 physics. I joked around that it's very Fantastic Four-esque, but yeah, there's one shape that increases the amount of like thermal energy, and then there's one that makes everything, no matter how heavy, fall at the same speed towards gravity, towards Earth. Then one that gives that passes on information through the air real quickly, and then a reduction of friction with water. And then we had Stellar Reincarnation column, the one we just read. All right, last one.